So let me begin the presentation. So before we start the presentation, I just wanted to introduce you all to our iLink family. Our iLink family is an extended family of multiple organizations, and they have expertise across the spectrum of technology. I belong to purpleSlate, the organization that you see on the left, and we are experts in conversational AI. So again, to continue from there, as I told you, I represent purpleSlate. We are a conversational AI startup, part of the iLink family. As an organization, we are driven by a passion to reimagine the next generation interfaces. We truly believe humans will be able to have smart conversations with machines to get in the language that they speak to get their work done, just like how they would interact with other humans. So we help our customers with next generation, conversational AI applications that primarily use language as an interface, whether it be it in voice or in text. Okay, today the presenters are two of us. One is Mr. Mahesh. He's our co-founder and director for purpleSlate. He has had an illustrious career, transforming the digital footprint in the banking and financial industry over the last 25 plus years. He is an expert in conversational AI framework and solutions, right from ideating the design to getting the implementations done. He's a passionate technologist with a current focus on next generation natural language processing and voice technologies. I am Bharat Srinivasulu. I lead the growth initiatives at purpleSlate. I'm responsible for the brand, product marketing, demand gen, and revenue. I have 15 plus years in sales and marketing as a career. I have worked across industries in B2B and B2C side. My experience is varied, where I've consumed technology quite a lot, and today I'm on this side of the table where I try to bring the best of the technology to all the industries. So, let me give you a quick agenda of what we are going to discuss today. We'll begin with what is conversational AI, why is there a hype about it, and we will also tell you what is our expertise, purpleSlate expertise in this space, and then we will go to the actual topic of how to build a conversational AI smart assistant with Parrot, our low-code framework. They will show you some use cases and also give you a sneak peek of how we get this done. Okay, so let's begin with the fundamentals. What is CAI? What is conversational AI? So basically, when you apply the modern technologies which primarily use language as an interface, whether it is in voice or text, to create personalized experience for customers, and also in that process get operational efficiencies at a large scale, that is what the conversational AI overall means. To put it in other words, today the computers or the devices are increasingly getting better at understanding the language we speak, that as humans that we speak. So we strongly believe very soon conversations, whether it is in text or voice, as will become the primary ways in which people will provide or consume services or do commerce. So I think there are interesting possibilities ahead. Okay, as humans, we love to talk, we love to nudge each other, we love to be in connect. So we would soon be able to have an engaging and informed conversation with machines, and that is going to have a profound impact the way we have consumed business, we've consumed our services, consumed our bought products, or produce our products. So all of this are going to be interesting possibilities ahead very soon. Now that I've tried to set a context of what conversational AI or what we refer to as conversational AI, let's also try to understand why is there currently a hype about this technology overall. I would like to, reason this into three different buckets. Okay, there are three key drivers in my mind. One is a behavioral driver, second is a technology driver, and the third is a customer expectation. I'll quickly take you through one by one. Behavioral driver, I just mentioned this earlier also. You see, As humans, we love to talk. We love to talk, share what's inside our head with our people around us, and we love to talk and nudge with everyone. And proof of the pudding is in this aspect where messaging is the number one digital activity today on the planet. Okay, which means language has become the backbone of our user experience. Users are comfortable and they prefer chatting in a virtual medium today, and this takes precedence over any other digital activity today on earth. And there are a lot of habits that corroborate this point which I just said. Okay, the voice search is growing exponentially across demographics, and I'll give you some interesting stats also to prove this. 71% of consumers conduct queries on voice instead of typing today. And 40% of the US population use voice search. I am talking about the entire US population. 40%, imagine the number. 51% of the online shoppers today, they use voice to research products. And 72% of US consumers use voice search through digital assistants. And all of this is just not limited to English. There are a lot of regional languages on the rise. The support for these languages or multiple other languages is just going up. Be it French, Spanish, Hindi, there are multiple languages through which voice search is conducted today. Now, the second bucket, the technology drivers. Okay. The underlying technology for a conversational AI is primarily natural language processing and artificial intelligence. Now, both these technologies have reached an inflection point or a maturity where today it's much mature and affordable, thanks to the likes of Alexa, thanks to the likes of OK Google, and all of these things. This technology has reached a sense of place of maturity. Earlier, these technologies were limited to the, probably the big four or the Fortune 500 companies. But today it is affordable and it is there in all of our devices. So we see a trend of people moving from a mobile first to being an AI first kind of consumers. And this has been aided by the exponential growth of the hardware, the smartphones, or be it the software, the social messaging platforms. So we all thrive on mobile moments. We no longer, wait for information. We no longer wait for the, next day to consume what happened the previous day. And today, there's much lesser friction in communication. Earlier, the messaging used to be only text and it used to be limited in the number of characters. Today, messaging can happen through, documents. I can send documents. I can send multimedia, attachments, be it pictures, videos, locations. All of these things have become mature today. And people may ask, okay, all that is great. How good is the accuracy? This is a common question I get from my customers. All that's fine. How good is the accuracy about humans talking to machines? Microsoft hit a speech error rate milestone of 5.1%. And this is as close as a human comprehension level can get. There are at times even human comprehension levels are, having a little more error rate than this. So the accuracy today, thanks to the growing technology or evolving technology, that we have reached a certain level of accuracy. This has helped us revisualize the new channels in which people connect. Earlier, it was all about the hardware devices, be it the laptop or the desktop or my tablet or a mobile phone. Today, the entire consumption has shifted to a different dynamic. I can do commerce through a voice platform. I can connect through collaboration platforms like Team. I can send money through WhatsApp. I can connect with people through any kind of social media. And today businesses are thriving on these platforms more than being having a dependency on what type of devices. So it's no longer a generation to do worry about devices. It's more about what kind of channels my customers use and how I reach them. The third key driver is the actual customer expectation. Okay. The customers have started evolving today. Okay. Today we are probably going to be called as the Google generation or the search generation or the Bing generation. People start to handle their day because of the amount of multitasking that they do, they like to break their day into micro tasks. They want to get done multiple independent tasks quickly in a given day. I want to pay a bill today. Hey, there's a new concert in town. I want to book a ticket for it. Let me order pizza before I run for my concert, and I want to share it with John, and hence I have to share, send him money. I want to pay my premium for my car insurance. How do I do that? These are all micro tasks that I, get done in a day. And today we want information at this moment. We want information right now. We are no longer going to wait. I ask a question, I get the access to that information later. When is my premium due? I want the information to be, immediate. What is my account balance? Things like this need immediate answers. Hyper personalization is the next big expectation from customer. Users like everything personalized. They don't prefer to buy things off the shelf. They want it personalized to their need, their character, their attitude. So that is what they are looking for. And the customers have become so evolved today that they're okay to adapt a do-it-yourself mindset. They're happy to embrace self-service. These are fundamentally increasing dynamics from the customers. All of this has helped the conversational AI revolution to arrive. Okay, I've just put here a chart, for over the time how things have changed. Probably the beginning of 90s or late 90s, the access to information over the internet was the original need, and hence the technology we had was the web or e-commerce, and we used the desktop as a channel. Later, our need shifted to having mobility and availability at all time. So the newer technologies like app environment, responsive webs, APIs, the tab and the mobile phone channels started evolving. But today, our need is more about immediacy, and we want the people or the technology to know my intent and understand my context, and we want personalized services. For this kind of need, natural language understanding, AI, conversational AI, smart speakers, these are the new technologies that we need to adapt. And the channels have shifted over, voice interfaces, smart devices and messaging apps, collaboration tools. That is how things have evolved today. Great. Now we spoke a lot about what is AI and what is, how this is getting a hype and all that. So am I really talking about a chatbot? Because this is what I get from my customers mostly. No, it is definitely not a chatbot. To give you a perspective, I'm putting a graph as published by Gartner here. Okay. A chatbot is a simple, tool which can work on a decision tree. That's all. But here we are talking about a much more sophisticated solution where on the right end of the spectrum of the conversational platform is a virtual assistant. The more the sophistication, the more it is evolving into a conversational AI assistant, which is not just left to a simple true or false kind of situation. It can converse, it can understand your context in which you're speaking to, it can understand your intent and accordingly, help you with the services. Okay, now that we've seen what CAI is and why is there a hype, we will also try to understand how the customer behavior is changing. Today, the customer preferences have evolved. They've evolved immensely. We just saw we are moving from a mobile first to an AI first. So you see the customers have started shifting scales to online and digital and mobile because convenience takes precedence today. And surprisingly, social media is the new marketplace. It is no longer just e-commerce, it's social commerce for customers today. They don't hesitate to make purchases over WhatsApp or Instagram. And search in general has become the new window shopping for customers. Voice search has become the norm, and they don't hesitate to prefer Davids over Goliaths. They are open to experiments. The rise of direct to customer brands in B2C sector and the rise of SaaS options in the B2B sector are proof for this. And very importantly, today the customer is evaluating how the buying experience is. They're just not bothered about the product experience or the service experience. They are looking at how the buying experience is. They want a personalized customer experience. And the time zones are expanding. Today we see people across the globe are able to sell irrespective of the territory the customers are in. So 24/7 availability is what the customers expect. And the amount of research and information that they gather before they make a purchase, be it information, reviews, word of mouth, post sale service, whatnot. They go through a lot of chunk of information before they make a decision on purchase. And the pandemic has truly shifted scales here. Post pandemic, the business landscape has changed. What do the consumers expect? They expect the businesses to respond faster, better, and in a personalized manner. And they prefer to be well informed, as we just saw. They want to focus on who's the best, which is the best. They scan the entire competition landscape to understand who provides the best product or best service. They are technologically savvy. They consider digital servicing as a necessity or a primary thing. And hence, the sellers and service providers have to adapt to the situation. They need to improve their digital distribution and adoption. They should provide hyper personalized products for specific needs. Even if there are customers with just one customer, two customers with a specific need, they should be prepared to provide that kind of a service. And they should invest in service beyond selling the product, beyond selling their core service. They should look at things beyond that. And they should be open to leverage modern technology and keep innovating. So this has shifted scales. The pandemic has shifted scales for both in terms of consumer expectations and preferences and the adoption requirements for the sellers and service providers. So what am I coming through all of this? I'm just coming to this where today we have strongly believe engagement is the new normal. It is no longer a transaction. You have to, as a business, you need to keep interacting with your customers to strengthen the relationship between your brand and the customer. It can no longer be transactional. It is fundamentally emotional. Okay, customers go through a lot before they make a purchase decision, so they actually have a connect with the purchase that they make, the brand that they purchase. So this makes them a highly engaged customer. And if the brands also involve in engaging with these customers, the customers become your brand loyalists and ambassadors. To achieve that, you need to provide unmatched customer experience. And needless to say, higher the engagement, higher is your bottom line or profit. And again, I would like to highlight few stats to prove the points I just mentioned. Okay, a Constellation research finds that brands that improve the engagement with their customers, they show 22% increase in cross-sell revenue. And upsell revenue have increased from 13% to 51%. Look at that number. Order sizes per ticket have increased from 5% to 85%. Oh my God, look at that kind of shift when people engage with their customer. And 86%, this is a fundamentally important metric. 86% of buyers are ready to shell out more money for want of better customer experience. That is a critical metric. And the same research also tells us any brand that outdoes its competition in customer experience, they outperform by 80%. They are far, far ahead of their competition. So it is no longer a thing or a department anymore. Customer engagement has to be the forerunner in any business or service today. Okay, now given that we have tried to understand how the customer landscape is changing, how does conversational AI help you keep up with all of this? Today, the AI assisted by AI's user scenarios are evolving. There are multiple stages as we see it. Earlier, it was, do it yourself kind of an approach. Okay. Now I talk to the, people or humans on the other side to consume my business or services. But today, customers are open to interact with, smart assistants or bots, to call it that way, and they're okay to work together. Tomorrow, the customer may say, let my bot do it for me. And or much later, there might be a scenario where the customer's bot and the brand's bot will start interacting to facilitate any kind of commerce or service interaction. And today we are at stage two. Today, the customers are ready to interact with the virtual assistants which businesses put out there. And in such a scenario, conversational AI will help you create value when the customers have evolved to interact with your virtual assistants. It can help you provide unmatched customer experience. It can help you improve your operational efficiencies and productivity. It can help you provide unimaginable personalized services at scale. And interestingly, conversational AI will also open up new revenue channels for you. I'll quickly come to all of this in a bit. Simple, you want to offload your customer service requests. Today, we understand 80% of requests that come to a call center are all repetitive queries. Only 20% requires human value addition. So if you're able to offload this kind of volume to a on customer service requests to a scalable virtual assistant that is available 24 by 7, available in multilingual option, and which can also offer a personalized service, that is what CAI can help you with. You can improve your customer experience. They can just talk. They need not type. They need not wade through multiple web pages before they register a complaint or buy a purchase. They can just talk. They can just speak instead of doing a point and click. Newer delivery channels today, the Alexas, the Google assistants are all there in our living rooms today. Why don't we connect with our customers through these channels? We can offer our services through these channels and reach out to their living rooms. And all these new channels are going to add to your revenue gains. One side, you are establishing an operational efficiency at your customer service desk. On the other side, you're opening up new channels to get more revenue. All of this is going to add to your top line and bottom line, helping you gain more revenues. I'll give you more stats to support what I had just spoken. Gartner, it predicts that by 2030, a billion service tickets will be raised automatically by chatbots and virtual assistants. Imagine a billion service tickets. It will make simpler, life very simpler with automation. There's going to be exponential adoption. By 2025, 50% of knowledge workers will be using virtual assistants on a daily basis. And this number was just 2% a couple of years ago, at 2019. And a lot of industries and organizations are keeping up with the trend. 61% of chief sales officers are already investing in new technology to enable virtual selling. And alternate channels is what they are investing in to increase their revenues. Now, I will finish this section with a small food for thought. See, there's a lot of discussions about new technology coming up here and why enterprises should probably invest in artificial intelligence to save money or time. You also have to see the other side. Look at the customers. They're very amenable to adapt technology so quickly. The next generation is far, far ahead in terms of adapting to new technology. When they're that far and that, I mean, they're that fast, don't you think businesses also should be investing because your customers are already there? Why should you worry? Why should you be worried about will this technology work or not? Because they are already adapting to this. So I think this puts in a different perspective of why enterprises should make a quicker decision to adapt these technologies. Now that I've told you what CAI is, why is there a hype? I've also tried to establish how the customer landscape is changing and how CAI can actually help. I will try to come to the purpleSlate's expertise. Okay, what's in our stable that you can leverage on? Our biggest strength is in voice interfaces. We strongly believe that is the future of the interface. Quickly make your switch from your offline transcription services. Instead, just speak. Our automated speech recognition solutions, it will take care of the accuracy, productivity, efficiency. We provide the best-in-class language interfaces, which can directly work with all your enterprise applications. That's no longer point and click anymore. The new interface is all about speaking and speaking in a language of that you are comfortable or that you are usually grown with. There's a testimony from one of our customers. They acknowledge that they think our voice recognition works fantastically for them. The next thing that we are strong at is language understanding solutions. please shift away from the old technology of voice prompts, menu option, press one, press two. It no longer provides an acceptable customer experience to anybody. Just ask your customer to talk. Pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I want to apply for legal hire certificate." Why should they, wait on the queue in your IVR, trying to, navigate through the entire menu options, sub menu options, and click 14 digits before they reach the service that they want? Just pick up the phone, talk, tell them, I want to apply for a legal hire certificate. Let them just leave a message to your, virtual assistant saying, "Hey, can I get an insurance for my dad who's 70 years old and is diabetic?" Or you want to get access to your enterprise data, you can even do that. Show me the pets that were, here is an example. Show me the pets that were treated with Rovera and the type is dog. That kind of questions you will should be able to speak in simple English, and your smart assistant will be able to provide relevant answers 25/7 and in the language of your choice. Another testimony, our health insurance provider are already into this and they're waiting for the solution to go live. Intelligent telephony, that's another thing that we are strong at. Okay, we are not talking about the IVR, we are talking about an interactive voice assistant which can provide a true omnichannel solution. It can handle all the customer calls, integrate seamlessly with telephone, and provide smart answers with your customers. And trust me, this solution, which can be your first line of defense to all the queries that are coming to your customer call center, this can provide compelling return on investments that will pay for the project itself in less than a few months. Trust me. That is what we have seen with our existing customers. Of course, no conversational AI solution, is without smart assistants and chatbots. I've just tried to put actual screenshot of implementations that we have done for customers, be it a web-based bot, be it a a mobile-based bot, be it a WhatsApp-based bot. We have all solution across the spectrum which can handle your basic FAQs to an extent to handle even complicated queries through natural language processing. All of this are our strengths, and purpleSlates are forerunners in implementing such kind of solutions. This one is actually something I'm very proud of. Just not the B2C facing, include your B2B. Today it is, a research says an average enterprise employee has to navigate between anywhere between 20 to 60 kind of enterprise apps to do his daily work. Each app is disjointed, one app doesn't talk to each other, each app has its own workflow. Imagine having one single interface for your employees. It's important to take care of your internal customers too. So imagine you creating a bot for all your employees, and this bot sits on your collaboration tool like a Microsoft Teams or a Slack. And this bot can connect to all the enterprise apps and help navigate and make the life easy for the employees. And here is also another testimony from an executive search firm. They are helping us quantum leap. We are helping them take a quantum leap with the future of their applications. Cool. Now I've tried to set a context of what is AI, why is there a hype, how the customer preferences are changing, what is our expertise and how we can help your organizations establish these AI solutions. To give you a tip of the iceberg or a sneak peek about what we can do, we will come to the context of the day or the topic of the day. Building a conversational smart AI smart assistant. And for this, I would like to invite Mahesh.
How do you build a conversational assistant? Probably a little bit of design perspective. And from there, we can jump into the actual demo and hands-on session. Okay. So this is genesis of a conversational. I mean, these are all the major components which forms a conversational AI solution. Okay. So first is the medium, whether you are going to talk about in voice or in you're going to chat using text messages. So this is the first and foremost component on how the user communicates. The second part of the conversational assistant is the channels through which the user is going to communicate. So are they going to come through the website or mobile or through WhatsApp or the collaboration platforms like Teams or Google Chat, like whatever it is, like the medium in which through or the channel through which they are coming in. Okay. Then the third or the important portion is the bot engine. So the core of a bot engine or a CAI framework, a conversational AI framework, is a conversational engine. So that's what you see in the middle. So the lines there basically like showing multiple decision tree goes. It is basically driving a conversation. So if you see a real life, this is not any different. You ask a question, you get an answer, and then based on the answer, you ask another question actually. So that is how a normal human interaction happens even in a business environment. For example, right, we walk into a bank and you want to do a transaction. So first you'll check like, what is my balance. So the customer service executive or the teller will ask you to identify yourself. So once you are identified and then they will tell you the balance, then you go ahead and then you'll ask them, can I transfer the money? So then they will ask to whom you want to transfer actually. So basically this is the dialogue which happens, and someone has to drive that dialogue with the user, and that is basically done by the conversation engine. Okay. So the second portion of the conversational assistant, right? You have to train huge knowledge base. So it is a conversation engine, like you can imagine it's a kid, right? So the kid doesn't have a knowledge on a particular subject, and we are going to teach him. Okay. So how do you teach? You build a knowledge base with a set of questions and the expected answers. Or you can teach saying that these are all the vocabularies we use. Or you teach saying that this is the content in my website. So for example, so once you teach the content, the entire knowledge base is going to be converted into a knowledge graph. And that is graph DB, what we talk about, the knowledge services or the semantic graph actually. So why semantic graph? Because it is how we relate things. So even in a normal human conversation, we start talking about something, then you'll be able to appreciate the conversation a lot more when you are able to find the related important stuff actually. So for example, I am an assume that I am an insurance customer, and then I walk into a branch. I tell them this is my policy number, and I want to find out when it is expiring. So the person at the counter come back and say so it is going to expire in 2 months time. Okay, so that's a basic conversation what you give, but it would be a great experience if the person also says customer service executive comes back and says it is going to expire in 2 months, and you have a promotion now, wherein if you renew now, you'll get another 5% of discount. So that's a valuable information to the customer. So how that information is valuable? Because it is related to the expiry. So that is what we call it as a semantic graph. And whatever the knowledge, what is given is converted to a semantic graph actually. It should be converted to a semantic graph. Then the next one, right? I mean, an important aspect of any conversational assistant is the natural language processing, because traditionally machine and human interface was all about having a UI or a GUI or a mobile app. So where the human is expected to find out where to click and then navigate through the entire site. So in a natural language processing, the human is not going to do any of such, but rather he's going to ask the question in the natural way. So there should be a way for us to understand what does that mean, and what is the data in the question asked by the user. So that is the natural language processing. So for example, if someone is asking like, my policy number is XXX and when it is going to expire. So you have to understand that the user is asking about the expiry and the data is policy number. Okay. So we should, we call it as in the conversational AI aspect, right? We call it as intent and entity. So how do you understand the intent and how do you understand the entity of what the the user speaks? Okay. Then another important aspect, right? We always try to keep the connector different. Separate from the conversational engine, because a conversational engine basically drives the conversation, and the connectors help you to deliver to the different channels. So whichever the channel, the experience is going to be same, and that's what we call it as omnichannel experience. So for example, someone comes to the Teams, ask a question, and someone comes to the website and ask a question. The expected response is to be same, and that sameness is ensured by the conversational engine, wherein the connector helps you to deliver the right response to the right channels. Okay. Finally, the speech services. I think Bharat mentioned a lot about speech services. See, in one of our projects, we managed to achieve 97% of accuracy with custom speech model of Microsoft, actually. Again, the speech services, we hook up to the Microsoft speech services, where we are able to do speech to text, text to speech, translation. All those services are integrated in the conversational assistant. So this pretty much gives you a CAI framework. So now let me move on, actually. I'll come to the framework what we have, which is Parrot, actually. Parrot is a conversational AI platform, and it's a low-code platform to accelerate the development of conversational AI solutions. So see, like in the digital world, right? Your solution to the customer is not expected to be in months. Okay, it is expected to be in weeks, and some of the times it is expected to be in days, actually. So it is not really like possible for a IT team to go and tell the customer that it is going to take like another 6 months for you to have a solution on the conversation. Rather, it needs to be like a lot more faster, and it should be a lot more iteratable. What you ask as a question today, how the bot has responded, you should have a provision to go back and train it so that it can answer better next time. So that is what Parrot is all about. Parrot is a low-code platform, and we have built the first version in the 2018, and we are planning to have a second version in the end of this year, actually. Okay. And with Parrot, right, your the ability to roll out a conversational AI solution is shortened. So definitely it is not going to be weeks. Normally they are like in days. And what you are going to witness is like, how in few minutes you can roll out a conversation assistant using Parrot for a simple frequently asked questions, actually. Okay. So the another important aspect of Parrot is we hook up to Microsoft bot service, as well as like we have our own connectors. So our connectors helps you to connect to a lot more channels. For example, when you define a conversation in Parrot, the same can be deployed in Teams or like Slack or the other collaboration platform. So what it means is you define the conversation once, or you define the knowledge base once, and you have the information accessible from all the other places. Right. So this is the use case. Let us imagine we have a company, Forza. Okay. Forza has a problem. Basically, like there are different personas working in the company. Okay, and the HR manager always says like he gets a lot of questions from the employees, and not just employees, like even from the prospects, the candidates who have attended the interviews. They say like, it is too many questions, and then he doesn't have bandwidth to answer all of them. Okay, it results in a lot of complaints from the different employees actually. So let's take another persona. There is a new employee, the new Gen Z person, was joined, and he wants to know about the benefits, whether the lunch is provided, should he carry the lunch from home, or should he find some food near the office. So he basically wants to find the benefits actually. And there is Mr. Perfect. He wants to complete all his learnings, all his trainings, and he wants to be on top of what to be done next. So that's another persona. But the problem is he's not able to get that information from HR all the time. Then we have a project manager, and the project manager has brought in a new process for the customer to submit the timesheets. But the employees have no clue how to submit timesheets because they are never used to submit the timesheets on on a weekly basis. So now they are not sure how to do that. So they have been asking questions. And there is an employee who is buying a house. They want to have the payslip to process the loan document, and they don't know where to get the payslip from. Finally, there is a gadget warrior. He is trying to change his laptop, and he wants to know what form he has to fill up. Okay, see the common pattern. What you see with all of them, the information is all with the HR manager, but the availability of the information to all the 5 of them, it is a challenge. All right, so this is where Parrot can help. So we are going to have a bot called Erica. Okay, so we'll give a name to the bot as Erica, and Erica will help you to build a conversational assistant where all the employees can go and ask questions, and the HR has a single place where he or she can go and maintain the content. Okay. All right. So I'll switch on to the demo. All right. So this is our Parrot page. Okay. So before going there, I'll just show you the Fusera websites. So this is the Fusera website, and this is what it is. And then you can see there is no conversational assistant. It is a plain page. Okay. We will make it available as conversational assistant in a few minutes. Okay. All right. Let's start from here. So this is the Parrot's homepage. Okay. Assume that I am the Fusera IT administrator or the IT developer, or whomever you call it. So I'm going to sign in to Parrot. Okay. I already have an ID. Okay. Password. So I just sign in first. All right. Everything clean. This is the self-service, Parrot self-service. So I have logged in, and I am the admin here for Fusera. So now I want to create a bot, okay, which I can put it in my website. So first, let me give the name, the easiest thing, Erica, and then I call it as our people assistant. All right. So now we have to add content. See, the content for frequently asked question is expected to be in certain format. So for this use case, we have already done the formatting of the content. I'll explain how the content looks like. So we can upload a CSV. So let me take the CSV. Put it as Amigo. Okay, you might be wondering what is there in Amigo actually? Let me just show you how it looks like. So this is basically the Amigo, the CSV file actually. The CSV file actually. I mean, don't be confused with the name Amigo. It's the name we have given, but this is basically the CSV file which contains all the questions and answers. Okay. So you might be seeing there is too many information, which I will explain as we go actually. Let's see what has happened. Okay, so 33 lines of content processed. Let us just quickly verify. Yeah, we have 33 lines actually, excluding the top, which is a header. So 33 lines done. Okay, all right. So let's go on to the next. Okay. Okay. So this basically shows you what are the different questions and answers. And if you want see everything, just increase it to 50. Okay, all right. Yeah. So let's take one question and see what is defined here. So basically this is about the payday. Okay. So here the question is when do I get paid? So we are trying to keep the answer a lot more interesting. So it is looks like someone cannot pay to get the first paycheck. Okay. At Fusra, we get paid. Okay. So this is the text what you are going to respond with. Okay. But it is not just text. You can also create some tags which can help you the next action what you want to do. That also can be here actually. Okay. So this is pretty much the content you have defined. Okay. And so once I'm done with the content actually, next. Okay, so this is where actually the magic happens. This data gets converted to what do I call semantic graph, and there is the responses are being prepared and other stuff. I'll quickly go through the Excel actually just to show you all the things we have actually. So normally the domain is basically the bot name. The topic basically tells you what is the higher level of subjects we are going to talk about. So we are going to talk about the payroll and tax, or we are going to talk about the attendance, we are going to talk about the learning management. So these are all grouping of the topics. You can go to the multiple levels. So far we are keeping it to 3 levels, sub level 1 and 2. And that basically this gives you a first level of the subjects what you are going to talk about. Okay, then the unit tag is basically how do you call this question as actually for example, I incurred a expense related work. So how do I expense this out? You basically you just tag it saying that's an expense policy. When do I get paid? It's a payday. So you just tag each and every question in a unique way. Okay. Then the answer. What is the answer actually for each of these questions? What is the answer? So after you complete an answer, it is always good to nudge the people to do some action. So for example, someone is asking about a leave, okay? Nudge them to apply the leave in the system so that they can, when they take a leave, they can really go and apply the leave actually. So these are all the tasks which will either help you to take it to a place where they can complete the action, or it can be a conversation where it can do an action actually. So it can be both of them actually. Okay, then what are the related tags to that actually? So for you to do that, see in all the tasks here, we have put the action as link. Actually, it is taking you to the place where you can do the action. Okay, so that is where the link is. And to make it look cleaner, we are adding some images to the entire responses. Okay, so that is what this image link is all. So this is pretty much like the Excel what you have to prepare. Okay, so now it is 33 lines of content done, and then make the bot available in the Parrot. Okay, so now we will give the name Erika. Okay. If you want to change the avatar, you can change. I don't have any other good picture. I think no, I like it. Let's leave it here, and let's go with this. Okay, so now your bot is ready. Okay, so it's getting prepared. So it comes with good evening Magesh, because like I have already used this browser, so it knows that I am Magesh actually. But now we look at this one actually. So let me just take this URL. I will launch it in the incognito mode. All right, so now you have the chatbot ready actually. The conversational assistant is ready for you. So let us start the chat actually. Like now let me say my name is Magesh. So it gives you the list of questions what you have, or the topics what you have as a first level subjects here. So this is a challenge, like even with human, right? When you suddenly see someone, you don't know what to ask because like they are very new. So that is where like Erika offers you few ways for you to even ask questions. So you can either navigate through any of these link or the tiles actually, or you can use the menu at any point of time for you to come back to here actually, or like you want to list the details, or you will have an option to ask questions. So when you ask the question, you can even auto suggest. So for example, right, how do I get an access card? Okay, so it just auto suggests based on the list of questions what you have, and what are all the the different ways the questions are asked actually. So let us quickly see what happens in the payroll and tax, or even in the benefits. So I asked for the benefit, there is lunch. So look at lunch. So what it comes like, does the company provide lunch? Yeah. So in fact, something all our employees look forward. Okay. So this is the answer what you had, and this is a question, and then you have a related image, and there is a feedback. Was I helpful or not? So when you say thumbs up, it means it is reinforcing the learning that what you already have provided as a content is good. Whenever you say thumbs down, it basically takes back, and then we do a redo, what do I call, training of the entire data. And apart from the content, you also have related actions. So this is basically you can click on for example, since you are talking about lunch, probably you're not sure what is happening in the organization. You may be knowing about, you may want to know about bank account. So then you have the question, how do I sign up for a bank account? Okay, you can use your existing bank account. Okay. Then you have a related action. So now they want you to apply for a bank account. So if you click on it, then it takes you to the link to where it is. But this is only one option. The other option is you can always initiate a conversation to collect the detail also. That is also possible. Okay. So now let us also ask this question. Okay. So for this, it is able to match the question correctly, and then it is able to provide an answer. Okay. So let us ask a question like, so it is straightforward. Okay, when do I get paid? Okay. Now I ask a question like, what is my payday? Okay, Erika is not trained to this. Okay, let us go back and see how we can train it. Okay, I go back to the studio and then come back here, click on it. All right, payday. When do I get paid? I will add one more way people search it. Okay. Done. Next. Next. So it is trained. Launch again. New window. Okay. That's okay. All right. So now I will go and ask. Oops. Oh, it is not yet trained actually. You go back. I'll just double confirm. Oops, I think I haven't saved it. Let me take the payday. I'll add. All right, now it is trading actually. Like, so open too many. Taken this. I will open. Close all. I will open. Now we have what is the payday. Okay. Okay, I'll talk about payday. All right. So now we have built the bot actually. See, the accuracy of how smartly it can understand the question is entirely depending on how much data we train. So here we have trained only 33 lines of records, and it is not sufficient enough. But normally a website, right, it has like a few hundreds of rows. So once we train more data, the accuracy improves. And in the latest version, we are also applying the next gen NLP, which helps you to increase the accuracy. Okay. All right. So now we will try to put this bot in the website. So I copy the code snippet, and you remember this is our the website of Fresa. So we will add it now. So I have the HTML page of Fresa, okay, which is here, okay, which is here actually, like, you know. This talks about is building something is good, all those stuff actually, which is what there in the website. So now I will add the script here. Okay, I save it. See, this is nothing to do with the bot. This is basically like, this is only the snippet. We have to include it in your website. So I'm just demoing like, how do you include the script in your website. That's it. So, so here, like, I'll just do a change to that, and I commit saying that adding Parrot to my website. Adding right, committed. Now I push the code. Okay, I have pushed the code, and now let's go to so we will redeploy the website actually. Okay, so once the redeploy is over, you'll be able to see it is still. I don't think I have started. Okay, I'll schedule it now. Yeah, now I schedule the build. We go to the build history. That is running now. Version 41 is running. It's initiated like 6 seconds before. Yeah, the first step is completed. The second step is running actually. Okay, done. So now let's go to the filter websites. I don't have anything that has. See, you have the bot now. Just click on it. Open it up. And it can answer you some of those basic questions. It's exactly like now what you have seen, and it is now available on the website. So when you close it, it will ask you for the feedback. You can always give the feedback, and then you can give any comments here. Okay. So this is a quick demo of like how conversational AI assistant can be implemented in a shorter time, like in few minutes actually. Of course, like is it comprehensive enough? Probably like not comprehensive, and we may have to add more conversation, and we have to add more content, we have to add more intelligence. But I'm just showing you the possibilities. So we do have a lot of expertise in this, and then if you can give us your website, and then it's a matter of like creating the content, and then we can have the bot ready actually. So it is as simple as that. So in nutshell, right, the use cases are enormous, and Parrot can help you with all these use cases. And building a conversational assistant is going to be as simple as like few clicks or probably like few integrations. That is all it is actually. So whatever I had shown, you can change the avatar, you can change the colors, and you can change how the look and feel, and you can enable voice, you can enable multilingual. So all those things is possible now. There are a lot of other. See, what we have seen is mainly like the Parrot framework, but there are like a lot of other conversational AI capabilities which we provide as services. Voice navigation. This is very useful when the people do not have access to, or they are busy with their hands. So, for example, the machine. I mean, people who are working in the production floor with machineries, or like people who are in the lab who are busy with the instruments, so their hands are with gloves, or people who are driving long ways. So the voice navigation is definitely like it can help you to navigate around the application. So that is another solution we have. Then the another one is like the dictation mode in text field. So whenever you navigate to a text field, if it is a single word or two words, you don't mind typing. But if it is going to be like a long sentence, you rather like want to dictate it actually. So that dictation is possible. And wake word is another one which is possible. So when you are going with a voice solution, you normally use wake word to start the voice recording. Transcription, very similar to the dictation, but it can convert the data into text actually. Conversational insights is our another key product, which is called Kia. Chatbots is what we have seen just now, and speaker recognition. Based on who speaks, you'll be able to authenticate who is the speaker, and you'll be able to provide smart answers. Smart suggest you have just seen in the bot actually. Yeah, the workflow automation, vision. So all those are the conversational AI capabilities where we have solutions.
As Mahesh clearly explained, conversational AI is a huge spectrum. Under that, it's a huge umbrella. Under that, there are multiple use cases that can be provided. Trying to even put up a bot in few minutes is what he had tried to explain. You have all the information already in different, content formats in all your organizations. And the examples he gave are problems that we face every day. In running an organization, just a simple organization, imagine the kind of queries and questions people have in their mind. Now, imagine talking to your external customers. What is the kind of queries that they have? What is the kind of services that they want to consume? All of these can be, handled by a simple conversational AI interface. And that was a simple trailer which Mahesh had taken through, and he had given a detailed and illustrative way in which how the framework works and how this is all organized in the, under the hood. These are things that will definitely add value to many of your use cases in your organizations. And I want to corroborate these solutions and the ideas that we just spoke about with few of our success stories. you know all the outcomes that we spoke about, all these solutions and all the capabilities which Mahesh had explained, add to the bottom line. Okay. You can manage costs through an omni-channel presence, personalization, behavior pricing, simplification, or you can improve your customer experience through newer channels and API economy, improve your trade partners and agents productivity, provide a multilingual approach, be available 24/7. You can reduce fraud in your value chain, improve your service levels, increase your operational efficiency, and through all of this, establish yourself as an innovation leader for your brand. To give you an example, one of our key success story is for the leading health insurance provider in India. We came up with an intuitive CA solutions to manage their never-ending customer requests through a true omni-channel experience. We first initially launched a web-based virtual assistant, and today that virtual assistant can help to the entire purchase and renewal of all the policies. You can also file your claims, you can check the status of your claims. And all of these virtual assistance services are all today available in WhatsApp as well as a channel. In India, WhatsApp is one of the leading, messaging tool. And all of these, this virtual assistant, it interacts seamlessly with the multiple enterprise systems. You understand an insurance ecosystem has multiple enterprise apps. One, there is a CRM, there is an underwriting system, and there's a claim management system and whatnot. All of this, the solution, the CAI solution interacts seamlessly and can also help converse in the local languages. We help them implement a wonderful CAI solution, a smart assistant for them. And you know what? The results were, amazing. Today, this, CAI solution or the smart assistant handles about 1 million queries every month. And during the pandemic, there was exponential growth for them. And just not that, just not handling queries. Today, this medium generates close to $2 million in revenue for them through both the web and WhatsApp interface. And what more, there it has become one of the front runner in lead generation for this organization. Another interesting solution that we had, made through conversational AI, interface is to automate the appointment process for a leading pet care provider in the US. The pet owners can book slots through conversation, and the emergency requirements are handled through separate queue management. Also, we came up with another solution for, an EMR voice solution for doctors. Today, in the pet care industry, the doctors need to be holding the patients while they treat, and hence to record all their findings and the recommendations that they gave, the consultation they gave, they have to spend about 15-20 minutes typing into the system. Today, as they treat with the patient, they just mention the details over voice, and all the information get passed and gets recorded in the enterprise application. So, and they can also access the past records all through voice. This has helped improve customer satisfaction, and it has helped reduce the waiting time for the pet owners at the hospitals. And doctors were able to attend to more patients because they quickly saved the time where they had to do the documentation process. And this has all added to increased revenue and overall brand value for their customers. A leading automobile manufacturer wanted a conversational insights platform to interface and mine their enterprise data. This was to help their employees to make informed decisions and through data. So, and we had to train the system through industry specific vocabulary understanding. Like for example, show me the take rate for last month. How many units to be sold in Schneider? What are the transmission options for a custom truck? What is the front suspension we use in Cascadia models? These are all vocabularies exclusive for this automotive industry. Similarly, for any of your industries, there will be exclusive vocabularies. We helped build this interface for them through a conversational AI solution where customers, where their employees and drivers could ask, or the mechanics could ask a simple query in English, and the solution could give them all the answers by mining multiple enterprise data. And this has helped all their employees access data faster, access one source of truth, and also improve efficiencies and help them improve their decision making. These are all few of our examples from our customers to show how effectively we have implemented all our CAI solutions. And these are a few of our happy customers for your information. As we are running out of time, let me quickly wrap it up. Uh, you know, it is time for all of you to upgrade your enterprise interactions with Parrot, our low-code platform. A simple thing. How do you begin? You can prepare to adopt a smart assistant. You can start with a simple proof of concept. Get a concept ready. Connect with your legacy layers. We can get your API ready. Integrate with your core processes in your organization. Prepare it to become business ready, and create more channels. Get omni-channel ready, and keep monitoring, fine tuning, get adoption ready. With Parrot, you can do all of this, and it can also help you connect where your customers are through new channels. It can help your customers to interact with you easily. Let them just talk. Customize the engagement for each of your customers at scale. You can do hyper personalization. Use your human skills for better value addition, improve operational efficiency, and let's augment the human effort through a proper AI interface to improve your productivity. So purpleSlate, in a summary, can help you build a smart assistant in no time. It's easy to start. We can help you or adapt it through our Parrot solution. It's easy to implement. We can help you build your microservices and API interfaces through and connect with your enterprise apps. It's easy to integrate. You build it once and use it in different messaging apps. It's easy to scale, and it's easy to measure as well. So connect with us now. Those are our coordinates. Hello@purpleslate.com. I am Bharat, bharat.s at purpleslate.com. Let's begin with an assessment and consultation. We can do work on a POC and free trial and do a solution engineering as well to implement our solutions. So And as a closing note, tomorrow is here. Building just a chatbot or so yesterday. Let's build a conversational smart assistant that your customers would love. So let's begin the conversation.